Happy Friday. Becky comes here live for the Drive at 5. And today I wanted to talk about staples and statements and ASD Market Week. One of my Facebook friends sent me a message and she was like, hey, can you tell everyone about the Market Week? And I was like, sure. Now, let me preface this by saying I have never been to ASD Market Week. Hey, Annette, thanks for joining. I've never personally been. However, I have been to many large conferences. And so I'm going to share with you my thoughts on it. Hey, Bryce. Hey, Gladys. So what is ASD Market Week? You know, it's been around for like over 50 years. And ASD used to stand for Associated Surplus Dealers. And now it stands for Affordable Shopping Destination, ASD. And it's always in Las Vegas. It's held twice a year. The one coming up for March is March 11th through the 14th. And then there's one going to be July 29th through August 1st. So that's the two this year. They're always at the Las Vegas Convention Center. And there's always a lot of people that go. So what I want you to think about is I want you to think about your business and your niche that you are selling in. So let's say, for example, so I put staples and statements. So if you've never heard of staples and statements, thanks, Terry. If you've never heard of staples and statements, it's like all retailers have them. So think about your grocery store. You go in the grocery store and the milk is usually all the way to the back of the store. So milk is like a staple, milk and bread. You know, here in South Carolina, we have snow on the ground, which is kind of unusual here in Charleston near the coast. And so everyone ran to the store to buy milk and bread, milk and bread. Well, milk and bread are two staples. So then the other thing that you have are called statements. And statements are things that lure you in the store. So like at Christmas time, let's say that you went to buy your milk all the way at the back of the store, and then you saw some eggnog. Well, you didn't plan to purchase that eggnog, so you grabbed the eggnog. So that eggnog would be a statement because it's like a seasonal item. Think of your like coffee stores like Starbucks. McDonald's does this with the McRib, you know, the ones that have the pumpkin lattes and the peppermint lattes, and they bring them back year after year. Those are their statements that they're saying, hey, come back. Or what was the big one that Starbucks had this year, like the unicorn, whatever one that they had? I can't even think of the name of it, but everyone ran to Starbucks and everyone wanted it and had like 10,000 calories. But Starbucks did an amazing marketing ploy with that item. And if they ever bring it back, which they may for like one day, I don't know if they will or not, but it's just something for you to watch out for. So with that being said, you want to know what your statements and your staples are in your business. And speaking of staples, whenever you go to ASD, it is so huge. So I recommend taking a stapler. That would be the first thing that I would take. And the reason is you're going to get so many business cards. They're going to give you so many, you know, at each booth that you go to. And guys, these are some great marketers, and it's not available to the public. It's only business to business. So they're going to want your dollars. So another thing you need to take with you is a budget, and you need to budget. And there's going to be like every aisle that you walk down, every corner that you turn, there's going to be some, you know, we talk about shiny objects on the internet. Well, they have you trapped for 3 days, shiny object here, shiny object there. And there's so many things. So I would recommend making a wish list of things in your niche. Now, of course, you don't know what you don't know, what you don't know, which you're not going to know until you get to ASD. But that would be one thing that I recommend. They also have, another thing is download, when it gets closer to the time they have an ASD Market Week events app. I'd recommend that you download that on your phone. They have these retail education. So I know this one amazing trainer. Her name is Ann Sieg. She has trainers that actually were able to train as retail educators at ASD Market Week, and that's like phenomenal. Angela, I'm not sure if I'm going this year or not. So because I work full time, it's hard for me to balance, taking off work to go on business trips with where I want to be, take off work to go on family vacations. So I just have to juggle maybe on the weekend or something before or after. But so I'll see. I don't know yet if I'm going. But they also have a show planner that you want to get. And so this is kind of like a pre-planning tool that you can use. But this is what I see at conventions that I go to. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. So that when I go to water-related conventions, I always see like the same group of people hanging around the same tables. They're always talking because they know, like, and trust, and they want to catch up. Well, my suppliers would be at ASD as well. So, of course, I want to catch up with them. But what I do, and people think I'm crazy like for this, but I always go and sit by people I don't know. And that's why my network is so huge, because I like to meet new people. I like to introduce people that don't know one another, can be a great connector in the community. And it's kind of like when you go to a party and you're sitting there talking to, one person for a while, and you want to kind of escape to the next one. You connect them with someone else so they can start talking, and then you go off and meet other people and meet other people. And that's how you network a room as well. And you want to do the same thing when you go to ASD. Don't just go to your supplier and hang around and wine and dine and sip and drink and all that good stuff. Yeah, do that. But you want to meet new people. You want to form new relationships. You want to have new suppliers. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do there, is just, sip and socialize and meet other people. Another thing I want you to take, some water. You're going to be doing, and some walk-in shoes. Guys, you're going to be doing so much walking. And I encourage you to walk down every single aisle that you go to, round the corners, round the bends, keep walking. And they do have a new thing this year. I wrote it down somewhere in my little book right here. Let me see if I can find it. It was something about that you could not take any products, the vendors could not take the products from the showroom floor until 3 p.m. on the last day. So that was mostly for the suppliers. So they have to make their travel arrangements. And then speaking of travel arrangements, you can, ASD is partnered with a lot of the larger hotels in Vegas, so you can get discounts like 50% off, 70% off. I'm not sure what they are, but it's the largest business to business conference in the United States. And it's ASD, it's affordable shopping destination. And what you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for products that are trendy. So do your research beforehand, look on Google and say, hey, what's trending right now? So you want trendy items, you want items that you have a huge margin on, and then look for those staples and statements. And that way you can truly, truly, truly rock the ASD Market Week. So those are some tips that I hope help you. For the ones that are just joining on, we're talking about staples and statements and ASD Market Week. And staples are things that most retail stores have. Statements are things that lure people into your retail store. So for example, McDonald's has the McRib for a short period of time. Starbucks has the pumpkin latte or the peppermint latte or whatever they have. So anyway, I hope these tips help. If you go to ASD Week, let me know. If you're in Vegas, I know my friend Valerie lives in Vegas, and my friend Scott lives in Vegas, and they can really rack up. Val, I'm glad you like these tips. Rack up there, but be on a budget, guys, because like I said, these are some really good marketers. They want your dollar. And don't forget, you want to make sure that these products are going to be ranked. You want to make sure that these products are not, don't have a patent. And ask them, hey, can I sell on Amazon? Another tip is ask for their physical address so you can check these companies out. Ask for a phone number and literally call them on your phone number and see if you get a person, or do you get like an answering machine? I mean, you don't want to do business with someone like that. And another tip is why you want to take that stapler is so that you can staple their business card to maybe their invoices or their product sheets or their magazines or something, so that when you get back up to your room, you're like, oh my gosh. And then if you're flying in, guys, you want to remember, you're going to get so much paperwork and magazines and catalogs that you want to save room in your suitcase so that you can ship them home so you won't be over the 50-pound weight and have to spend more money. So that's just another tip for you. So I hope you all have an amazing Friday. I'm off to, I want my boys to play Monopoly, but they're playing their video games. Yeah, and take selfies. That's what Val says. Take selfies, post them all over Facebook, do some Facebook Lives while you're at ASD. Remember to wear those comfortable shoes and drink lots of water. Have an amazing day. Bye.